I was in Thailand a month ago, and of course, the situation of Myanmar is on top of the agenda, both for the government and for civil society. And it's clear that the international community is not doing enough for the people of Myanmar. They have relied a great deal on ASEAN and on the ASEAN countries to lead on the response to the military coup, but the ASEAN has clearly failed in that mission. It is therefore more than time for the international community to step in where ASEAN is failing. What does that mean practically? What would we like to see? First of all, we need to see far more emphasis on the protection of refugees. There are millions of them outside Myanmar right now, including the Rohingyas, who have been in camps in Bangladesh under really harsh conditions. There is insufficient commitment to their resettlement, and that needs to be a priority for the international community, along with stepping up the assistance to the refugee population outside Myanmar. We need to multiply the effort to exfiltrate all those that are facing the risk of arbitrary arrest and worse. The United States must now really completely implement the US-Burma Act, which is an important step in holding the military junta to account. We need to push for international accountability, including much more effort for the International Criminal Court investigation. And we need to support investigation in the same way that we are supporting them in Ukraine. And very importantly, there needs to be a stop to any kind of military assistance and support to the junta. So there must be an embargo. So we need to find new ways of exerting pressure on the military junta. This is why Amnesty International late last year published a new report called Deadly Cargo, where we focused on the country's aviation fuel supply chain. We focused on the companies, the commodity companies that are trading that fuel, particularly with the junta and the militaries in Myanmar. We have highlighted how this supplies of fuel is enabling the Myanmar military's attacks on civilian population, and we have called for sanction targeting those that are part of that supply chain. Following our report, the UK has announced sanctions targeting 2 Myanmar companies and 2 individuals that Amnesty International had identified. In March 2023, the United Kingdom announced a second round of sanctions targeting individuals and companies that had been exposed in Amnesty International research. The European Union and the US have also announced sanctions targeting companies or individuals that are playing a role in the importation, the storage, or the distribution of this aviation fuel that is being used by the military in Myanmar. So that is an example of ways in which the international community can impact the military's action, really targeting the militaries, ensuring that the rest of the population is protected against the impact of the sanctions. And that is what is required right now. We need to explore all possible ways for exerting far more targeted pressures on the militaries. Thank you.